Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Gamified. I'm Zuff.
I'm Harley.
And we have our...
Stitch is back! Sorry.
Oh my god, my ears. Okay.
Sorry. But she's back and I'm excited.
Wow, okay.
Okay. Oh,
All right, so today we're talking about open world games.
Sorry.
I believe, yeah, open world games.
Yes.
Alrighty,
So thanks for the intro, Zuff. So, Stitch.
Oh, is that all I'm doing? Okay, cool. I'm
No.
just gonna go now. Right.
Well, you said before that you had nothing to contribute.
I didn't say it in those words. That's
Well,
a bit harsh.
actually,
I
he
just-
does. He has 5 minutes of Skyrim he played.
I
a
played
couple of
5 minutes
years
of Skyrim.
And a little bit of Fallout.
No, I've not really played Fallout that much at all.
Oh, okay.
I would say my only
There you
open
go.
world experience is Minecraft.
Yeah.
That's my only a significant amount of exposure. It's a bit
Sorry.
dramatic, but no, it's a good game to play with other people.
having said that, I have played Minecraft.
Yeah.
I feel like Are you okay?
Yeah.
Like Stitch and I
I'm
used
just
to play
listening.
with our family and stuff.
I played
as-
creative mode and it was good for something different, just like run around and
Build
build
stuff.
stuff. But yeah,
But
it's
didn't-
not like something I grind or
Yeah,
like
no,
I
no,
need
it's
to get
just
all of the
casual.
jewels and like diamonds and
I know a guy who built like heaps of Star Wars stuff. He spent hundreds of hours on a Millennium Falcon.
Oh,
my god.
wow.
Hundreds of hours. Just like
And then
See, my brother was featured on someone's YouTube channel for one of the best houses in Minecraft.
that's
Oh,
pretty cool.
nice.
Yeah. It was like a couple years old. I don't know who the channel was. I can't even excerpt into this video, the channel or the video. But yeah, he was, yeah. But yeah,
Speaking of that, Minecraft and like really nice houses and everything, there's a new update that's coming. Oh, and there's a new expansion kind of thing that you can do. Mod. That's the word I'm looking for. There's a new mod.
Mods
And,
in open world, they're
yeah.
the best
oh
thing
yes,
ever.
you showed
Yeah,
me.
and it's
The
so
realistic
high
mod.
detail. Yeah, it's super realistic, and it just
Like it
tanks.
does the water
high-
reflection and
You
like
can see through the water really well, and it's hyper realistic. The stone looks like stone. The grass looks like grass.
Okay, so
But-
it's not blocky.
no, it's still
blocky.
blocked, but it's
But
more
it's
of a
high
realistic
detail.
block.
Like dirt looks like dirt.
So
but
say
still
if
with the
we
layers.
were to cut a block out of the garden,
Yeah.
say we were supposed to like
Yeah.
cut a block out of the garden, it would look like that. So you'd have the grass at the top, but it would look somewhat realistic, and then like the ground and everything.
You can see the
underneath.
grains of dirt.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But
That seems like a lot of work for a
it-
block-based
it
game.
tanks really high performing computers. Like you run it like
Yeah.
15 frames a second, which is just impossible.
We'll show you the video after
Yeah.
if you want.
Kind of sounds like you may as well just be playing Sims if you're like that level design for a house.
But they have some really nice, interior packages and all that kind of stuff.
Interior
So does
packages.
Sims.
Okay, it's sophisticated.
So does Sims 3.
Yeah,
Like,
but what's
See, I never got into Sims either.
I
is
like
Sims open world?
it's
more like a
borderline. It's
simulator-
closed.
simulator.
It's closed. Yeah, it's a simulator. It's not really open world. You can't.
I just don't understand why they paid so much money for Sims to look as good as it does most of the time, and none of the characters can speak properly.
That's
You-
purposeful.
That's purposeful.
That's that they did that on purpose. They get Katy Perry
Yeah,
to come in and sing her stuff with just
nonsense lyrics.
yeah. And some people can
Tell
sing the songs
Yeah.
in Sims voice, like in Sims language. But they did it purposefully. I feel like they did it because it's universal, so
I
everyone can access the same language and get what it means.
don't like that.
Yeah,
Do
yeah,
you-
I can
you know that
understand.
I think Sims actually initially started off as a
I'm all for gibberish like wordplay and
Mm.
talk and stuff.
I-
That's fine, but I find it extremely excruciatingly annoying. I think that's probably why I haven't played the game.
See, Rhiannon Stitch.
Talk to me, Stitch.
Yeah, is that
Talk to me.
Stitch actually speaks gibberish on a regular basis, so I can actually put up with it. But I was saying
Wait,
before
she
before
is
you
a
so
sim?
rude, yeah.
Dun, dun, dun.
So the game actually started off as an interior design program.
Yeah.
And it got repurposed into a game, which is why the design aspects of it are so like detailed, and maybe why the character designs aren't as detailed.
That's fine. I just don't understand the gibber. Like, I just don't.
It's a universal language.
But is it though?
Yeah, everyone
'cause
can access it. It's the same for every single country.
Yeah.
That
It's not like they have like German gibberish and then English gibberish. It's just gibberish.
If you looked it up, there would be a specified
Fair
reason for making
enough.
that language.
Yeah.
And people actually really enjoyed going in, collaborating with the creators to translate their songs into this language.
Mm.
There's some good clips.
Fair enough.
I think you're just being a hater.
Fair enough.
All right. So, Stitch, what is your experience with open world games?
I'm just addicted to Skyrim. Ever since I played it.
I don't understand that.
What do you mean you don't understand being
I don't understand Skyrim. I don't understand Sims, and I don't understand why I'm here. I'm joking.
You're here because of Borderlands. Borderlands is
That's
an open
true.
world.
Well, it depends on who you ask, but I believe it's an open world.
I think the map is large enough that you could call it open world at that point.
Well, Borderlands 3 in particular, because you're going to different planets and stuff,
Yeah.
I would classify it as more of an open world game.
yeah.
I think the biggest part about open world is the discovery. So you have the chance to make a discovery, and that's where No Man's Sky comes in, I think, from what I remember hearing that it was about, because I never bought it because when it came out, people were like, it is trash.
It tanked,
I hear-
and now it's coming back up.
Yeah, I hear it's a lot better now. It's what it was
many
intended
people
to
are
be.
streaming it now too.
Really? I haven't.
Yes.
I'll have to check
I heard
that
a
out.
really interesting thing is playing No Man's Sky on PlayStation with PlayStation VR. Like a completely
wow.
immersive experience.
That would be actually kind of
Going world to world, yeah.
But it's some people love playing games to tick those boxes and to progress and to move along. And when you play open world, it's just a different way to be ticking the boxes and getting things done and achieving things.
You know, I think what
So-
sorry, finish your thought. Yep.
Well, that's part of why I liked Skyrim, because you progress. You do notice a difference in your skill level with the different things that you can do.
You would probably like Red Dead Redemption then.
I didn't.
She didn't like it. She played it for a week,
No, I tried it. I tried it for more than a week.
maybe 2 or
But-
so weeks, and then we had to give it to
What?
someone else to play because neither of us liked it. It wasn't our game.
And they wanted to play it. Yeah,
How
Morgan
come you
wanted.
didn't tell me? I could have taken the game off your hands. I mean, I've bought it for both PlayStation
Yeah.
and Xbox.
Get
Damn.
your own game, all right?
I have my own
Leeching
game.
my goddamn.
I will
game.
play it. I have friends who absolutely adored it. All the little puzzle pieces and all the little
love it.
Easter eggs and things. Like there's a guy hanging and you find out why he's hanging, and it's not even part of the main quest or anything. It's all these little tiny things that you can do by yourself.
Love it.
I
I think that's
Skyrim.
sorry.
Well, Skyrim just hits that niche of I'm a history fan, and I love
right,
Norse history.
Yeah,
It's not fully it's not really historical, but it hits that Viking thing, and that's why a lot of people don't like it, because they don't like the Viking thing.
Or they don't understand Norse history. Like, you don't, I mean, you don't have to understand Norse history, but it would be like, I mean, I know a little bit, being that I've traveled to like Denmark, Norway, and that type of thing, where their Norse history is still very strong. I mean, the Norse language and everything is dead, but they still
have
are
some
very
remnants there.
passionate
Yeah.
about that history and stuff. So from that perspective, that would draw me in. But it just,
There's not enough story that's captivating.
I have a feeling it's going to be a situation where in like 3 years' time, where Skyrim is completely like useless to people, I'll be like,
No.
oh my
It'll
God.
never be
No,
useless.
it will never be
Okay,
useless.
Well, then I'll never play it.
It's amazing.
It's kind of, it was weird. It was kind of like Witcher, the Witcher series.
Yeah, that's open world, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't play it for ages.
Yeah.
Didn't play it. Didn't play number 3. I was like, "It's a load of shit." I read the books. But it wasn't until recently when they've adapted the books into a TV series that I went, now that the TV series is going to be based on the books, I'm going to go play the games because it's slightly different.
Yeah.
So it was really interesting.
You're just trying to be a contrarian.
Probably, but I'm just, I don't know. See, Witcher to me didn't really bring me in a game sense, but it brought me in as a reader. Like
That's pretty cool.
You know,
yeah.
I have a friend, let's just call her.
I really want to play Skyrim, but I just feel like I'm not going to connect with it.
Oh, there are lots of people who who are like, oh, it's
played
boring.
It for 5 minutes, it just wasn't my thing. But there's one game that I think I might play that's an open world game.
Let me guess, Overwatch?
No.
It's not not open world.
No.
It's just anything Overwatch.
Our friend will go by Sushi, we'll call her. She introduced me to this game that it's like crowdfunding at the moment, and it's like an open world dragon game. And you're actually the dragon going through the game from like hatchling all the way up. You have to eat to survive and like hunt down things. And
would that be Spyro?
It's New World Spyro. Yeah.
Okay.
Except maybe like get a first person view.
The OG.
No, I reckon it can't be first person because if you're flying like this, like with your arms going up at the
waves are just hilarious. Sorry.
Your laugh waves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But see, that's where I was laughing.
Oh yeah, that's right. It's gonna be hurting my ears later. Okay, and you made it worse. Anyways, yeah, I think it'll be an interesting kind of thing because I love dragons and I've always loved kind of dragons and stuff. I think that'll be the one open world game that I would play.
That sounds pretty cool.
So, with Skyrim, yes, you've got the open worldness of like looking and exploring like a vast map and that type of stuff. Is it specifically like collectibles that you like about that because it's so vast on such a wide and
like
broad
what
map?
draws you to that type of game?
Yeah.
Probably the fact that it was one of the first games that I played on Xbox that wasn't Fable, which was so confusing.
Okay. Yeah.
That was open world, I think, actually.
See, that was me with Borderlands. It's probably why I find a closer connection to Borderlands than I do
those memories that are associated with
Borderlands
it.
3 totally feels like Fable to me.
Oh, Fable, yeah.
Like
no, it's more adult
just
Fable.
Upgrade your abilities and then you do a lot of killing. That's what Borderlands 3 kind of feels.
Yeah,
like.
it's a looter shooter.
Yeah, that's it. I was like,
it's a hybrid, like a looter shooter. You purposely play that game to kill a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
And be top tier and get all the top tier loot and everything.
Do you get more abilities as you go on?
Yeah, you've got a skill tree.
Cool.
And
Similar
stuff.
skill tree to
as you
Fable.
go up to level 50, like you at the moment the level cap is level 50. So as you hit level 50, you basically are just farming after that bosses for weapons and better loot and stuff. Yeah. But your skill tree as you're looting, as your each level that you achieve up to 50, you get 50 points of.
Some of the abilities actually look like Fable abilities too.
To play through with your skill tree. So you go through, there's 3 different skill trees. So they've done it that way because they want Borderlands 3 with events and stuff. They're going to implement events and all of that so that you could actually broaden the skill tree even further.
Well, I think that's the most important part of these games is the chance for expansion, the chance for people who love it to keep playing.
Yeah.
I think that's why Skyrim has done so well because the world is so open world. It's like your interaction with things is a little bit limited. It's not like Minecraft where you can break trees down and change the landscape. You can build houses, but they are set houses. You don't get to choose how they look. You do get to choose a little bit how your armor looks and how your person looks, but that is still limited. But then you bring in mods. And people have spent so long making any manner of mod that you can imagine. What is that saying that if you can
Rule
imagine
34.
it exists?
But that's like
I thought you meant like Rule 34 where it's like if it's any
if it's
category, they can always have a porn category for that one thing.
I think that's what I was thinking of, but I just changed it into a little bit of like a PG.
Yeah.
But I think that's the same with Borderlands. Well, particularly with Borderlands 2, that was still an open world game.
But do they have mods for Borderlands?
They do for computer, yes.
Do they have big titty mods? Because that's what Skyrim's got.
Well, you don't need that. I mean, you've got the character Moxie. She's got big titties. She's got anime titties.
That's
Sorry.
a song.
But like with that, they've got the mods for it. And I think that's what made I think that really is what drove Borderlands 3 to even exist, because Borderlands 2 was so far ahead of Borderlands 1 in terms of replayability, content and everything, and the open worldness of it. It was a lot more vaster. A lot more vast, not vaster.
Wasn't going to say anything.
It's all right. I've picked it up. And the amount of time and effort they put into DLCs, new map locations or locations throughout Pandora, they made OP levels and gauntlet runs. So it made like co-op more. They added when the game first came out, you had the level cap of 50, right? And then you had the 4 Vault Hunters. Well, they made 2 more Vault Hunters, and then they kept expanding over the 8 years.
I just realized
that it just made, I think it introduced more people because they had all of this content now that they could just sit and they could play all 6 of the characters and get it to OP level 8. And then they brought the DLC a couple months before Borderlands 3 dropped, which was a whole new DLC and 2 more OP runs on top of the gauntlet. So you could up max.
Just keep on going.
And people will probably go back to Borderlands 2 to play.
Yeah.
As well. Once they've 100% the game on all 4 of the characters and have pushed the game to where it can go at this stage until they start doing their events and upgrades and DLC and all of that. Borderlands 2 is still going to be just as relevant because you can still go and play all of that and still enjoy that open world content. But where were you going?
I think I know the difference.
Between what and what?
So my brother, he plays games. He's got so many achievement points. It's insane.
Yeah. I'm like that. But see, if you look on my PlayStation profile, I'm like, my level is pretty up there.
My brother's is just ridiculous. I can't even tell you what he's at right now.
Top 0.1% 2 years ago.
Of achievement points he gained that year.
Globally. Yeah, gained in a year.
And the top number 1 was someone who had multiple people playing on the account all the time. It was just going all the time. So,
and he was doing this stuff after work.
Yeah, and he just farms achievements. It's his favorite thing in the world.
That's why that's what I'm a bit sad about, is because they didn't, with Epic, they didn't allow the achievements, whereas on Steam you can get achievements.
But this is
why I'm now going to go and play on Xbox and PlayStation so I can get all of the achievements.
He loves getting achievements, and he does like open world. He likes so many different games. You know, he loved Mad Max. He really liked Mad Max.
I haven't finished it yet, but I really want to go back to Mad Max. I really enjoyed that game.
But the crux of the thing is that he is a solo player. He hates playing with other people. He hates it. Unless it's co-op on Halo and we're playing as a group. That was our jam for a little while until I ruined it with my raging.
Yeah, she has some game rage issues.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Stitch goes to about 100 in about 1 second.
Yeah.
It's not 0, then 50. No, it's full 100.
Full 100, yeah.
Not a bad thing.
Oh,
it's quite entertaining.
It's entertaining, but
I'm always angry. That's why, you know. The Hulk just speaks to me in such an amazing way. But he loves playing solo. Skyrim is solo. There is no co-op feature in the Skyrim Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
What is it?
5.
Tamriel?
Tamriel, yeah, it would be Tamriel.
It's not the online one. It's just you can just play by yourself.
Yeah.
That is his thing because no one messes with his stuff, and I think that is what I enjoyed about it as well, because when you get into cooperative games, which is maybe why other people don't enjoy Skyrim.
This is what we touched on in the last episode was the console versus PC episode. Was very much that I have my PS4, so I'm a solo player on PS4, and my Xbox is my social console.
Exactly. And there's no ability to be social in the Skyrim that I play.
Yeah. And that's why I like Borderlands, because it's just as fun playing it solo or I can play it with somebody. And I even kicked Zuff out our game the other day, and I was
she
like,
did.
so we're up to the bit where I'm up to. Can you please fuck off because I want to play this game on my own? And he's like, oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to go play Overwatch.
Bye.
Then.
Like, but it's purely because I hadn't played the game through.
Yeah, she's
I
You're
wanted
ruin it for me.
I wanted the story mission and the story to be a singular experience.
And the characters are probably it's more relatable and enjoyable storyline as well. Like the Skyrim ones, like you have to defeat a dragon and so I can get how that doesn't.
I feel like it's more time consuming.
Yeah, it is really time consuming. But so is Minecraft and stuff. But
so you're really good with those games in the sense that I think you enjoy the grind and then the after of it all, you're like, yeah, cool. See, I would get pissed off with the grind. Like, I like grindy thing, like, wow, this is sounding so sexual.
Grind like 17 times in the past sentence. Get to the point.
I like to grind games in terms of like farming for legendary loot or like that type of thing. Like, so Destiny would be a game for me because you go and do your instances and stuff, but you're getting gear for your character, or there's something that's worth the grind.
Yeah.
Grind.
I'm just going to put a compilation together of every time you say grind.
Grind.
hey, at least she didn't say moist.
Oh, come on.
Boy. You can do it. What is that?
The sound effect.
Yeah.
Skyrim's pretty much like, I don't know why I like it so much. I haven't played it in a little bit. I do like getting achievements for it, and I have been experiencing the mods.
Yeah.
I've never had mods before, and Xbox released mods for Skyrim.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know if Xbox has done that with any other game. Because they've got to make it relevant on Xbox.
Yeah. See, Borderlands pre-sequel, nobody talks about that game anyway, was done by 2K Australia. And it's for the story, it's great. But for the replayability, they took out the fact that you could refarm bosses. So once you killed the boss, you couldn't kill them again. So you couldn't farm for their legendary pool of legendary loot. So it was literally just I hope I get it on the first kill because I'm fucked. And then someone brought out a mod, or they brought out an update, and then someone modded over it that all of them, they modded certain characters, Gearbox or 2K Australia modded it so that certain characters would be able to be refarmed, but a lot of them you still couldn't. And then someone came out with a mod where you could actually refarm everything and made it better on PC. But that's just for PC. So I have only just recently got a PC. So playing that game, it was supposed to be a Borderlands game. No replayability because you couldn't go and get legendary loot.
That's the advantage of having a PC though. You can handle it because a lot of mods. The problem's like why you can't get mods on consoles. But the fact that
they've got mods on a game like Skyrim, which is probably on a bigger scale than something like Borderlands, is pretty exciting.
But it just depends on which mods you're putting in. They're probably like not super demanding mods. They're probably mods that are like that they've confirmed that can work across all of the like every Xbox edition that they have and every PlayStation edition that they have.
True.
Do you want to hear something stupid though?
PlayStation and
as soon as you enable a mod, you disable achievements, even if it's just an appearance mod.
Wow, there you go.
They look plain, and you want to play with them like.
So you'd have to get all your achievements first before it disables.
Yeah,
and I've been struggling with that because I downloaded the mod for appearance. I did a few different, I did aesthetics for the scenery and things like that. Still, Zuff laughs at it because it looks hilarious. I haven't done any of the full-on scenery adjustments so that the details are better. They just kind of look like a little bit like Minecraft.
Yeah.
But I changed the appearance of my person, and I really like the way they look, and I changed the appearance of all the other people so they look better and they're more interesting to interact with because they've got different features and things. And then I found out that the achievements would not would not work with that. Just an appearance mod. So that was, and I didn't want to change it. And so now I'm like, I don't really want to play and not get achievements. And
so for you to be able to get achievements back, you'd have to disable the mod?
Yeah.
Or take the mod off?
I think so, but I don't know if it disables it because I've had a mod on that save.
You'd have to.
I just don't know. But anyways.
I don't know how that works, yeah. If you know, clarify in the comments.
Yes, let us know, please.
Alrighty. Well, is there anything else you want to talk about?
Can't wait to play No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I'm actually excited for that.
Yeah, I'd like to get into that game actually. Now that it's sort of getting a bit of traction again. I think they've upgraded it a little bit too. They fixed up some things.
Changed some of the parameters as well to make it like.
I'm just thinking
playable.
about Batman for some reason.
What do you mean? It's not open world.
Yes, it is.
What?
Yeah.
Which Batman? All of them?
Not Arkham Asylum, but most of them are open world.
Oh, that's
like, I mean, you're within Gotham, but you are open world to going to different spots in Gotham. So you've still got a big map, but it is open.
Is it
it's
like
a smaller
GTA
scale of open world.
Like GTA kind of open worldish.
Yes, I would probably say kind of like GTA and Watch Dogs. There are also other really good open world type games.
GTA?
Probably on a smaller scale though.
That scares me though, because I
don't play GTA. I have no inclination to. I don't think we need rape culture and all of that shit in there. I don't need to play a game and go and abuse a hooker or something in the game. Like, I don't find that.
Yeah, but that's probably
exciting.
The same reason you don't play horror games and stuff as well. Like horror games where you have to kill people and stuff.
I kill people on other games, so I don't.
Yeah. So then, I don't know. How is that any different then?
I almost forgot about Saints Row.
Oh, yeah. That's a good game.
God. That was Get Out of Hell and Saints Row, I think it was 5 or something like that, where you get superpowers. I played that and I just laughed all the time. Yeah. I made my character I made my female character have all the best female features and just run around, and the graphics and the gravity were just hilarious. And then I made my male character when I switched over for the achievement or something, and he was hilarious. He was wearing a dress and high heels and things like that. And watching him fly through the air and just wholesale beat down on like everyone. And then Get Out of Hell, humor in it is amazing. Just the story, I didn't get into it at first. I was like, what is this? Is this just like a Counter-Strike type thing? And then he gets onto a rocket ship and the rocket and disables a nuclear bomb and saves the world. And then aliens come over and take over the world when he's president. And yeah, so it's really, really funny. Glitchy as hell and hilarious because of the glitchiness sometimes. I've got a few clips that maybe you could put onto the end because they're hilarious, but I would recommend that.
Probably wouldn't be a bad idea.
Yeah.
I was just going, Just Cause 3.
Yeah, that's
and
too.
Far Cry.
I couldn't get into them because they felt derivative of Skyrim, and I have heard that people who play Just Cause don't necessarily like Skyrim. And
if I played Just Cause,
I've never played Just Cause, but I was hoping there's I'm a story.
You know what I'd do if I played Just Cause? Just spend all day tying rockets to cows.
Oh, what is the one? Far Cry. Far Cry is the one where I just immediately got eaten by a crocodile, and I was like, "What is happening to me?" And then my friend saved me, and the crocodile went flying, and it was just, because I'm
Far Cry has
stuck
come a long way from it.
Yeah, well, because I'm stuck in like the Skyrim mindset, I don't touch anything else.
Yeah.
You're monogamous with
your I'm a story-based player, so I like a game that has an open worldness, but with the story as well. I don't know.
If you were to sign off and say recommend one game and give us one little piece of information about that game, how would you sign off? What would you say about it, and what would that piece of advice?
If you want to get into open world games, I would definitely start off with Far Cry series. And I particularly liked number 5 was my favorite.
I heard that is quite possible.
3 and 4 were great. I mean, you can play those. And they're also available on PS4 and Xbox now too as remasters. But I would probably start with 5.
Mm-hmm.
I thoroughly enjoyed 5, but it had the open world game, but a story as well. So, and you had other challenges and achievements, and you could fucking run around and go and shoot a pig or like kill things or blow up cars and stuff.
Assassin's Creed counts as open
the
world?
last
Oh yeah.
one.
Okay,
Odyssey or something. So if you don't really play open world,
To start on open world, Far Cry for me. But yeah.
Assassin's Creed would probably what I'd go with.
Assassin's Creed, because you loved Assassin's Creed.
I really liked, especially number 2. Even though I don't know if that super counts as like open world, but if it does, then I'll go with that.
And what little piece? I guess you haven't really played it, so you don't really have a little piece of advice. Mine is probably, I'm not going to say it because everyone knows what it is. Skyrim. I love Skyrim.
Wait, I thought you were going to say Borderlands or like Batman. Jesus.
I'm sorry.
But the reason that I would recommend it is just because of the amount of detail and lore and Easter eggs. I think there's someone like the Great Nate or something Nate. There is this guy on YouTube who releases these videos like the 5 stories that the 5 weirdest side stories or characters or the 5 most annoying characters. He's got so much content because there is so much jam packed into this game. It's been alive for like 10 years or something and it's not irrelevant like to the people who do love it. There's always things added to it. There's always things that you can go into it and find and discover. Exactly. And you've got the branch offs, like people really love Elder Scrolls Online where you play together, and it removed a lot of the Skyrim from it. It's the lore. It wasn't for me because you point and click and your thing shoots the enemy. So
I think you're like me in the sense that Skyrim gives you this vast world to play with. Much like Borderlands for me, but there's a whole lore and story and like history and like
things to discover,
things behind it.
It's not just one of those games like Final Fantasy where you press hit and they do the action and it hits the hero. You don't aim, like you'd never pull a trigger. It's just like whereas Skyrim, you have to aim, you have to get the arrow to go through their eyeball, like, and the arrow a lot of the time stays there, and you're like, that's where I hit them. Like, this is skill right now. I picked a lock, and I did it without breaking a single lock pick. Like,
so you're more into the skills behind and the finesse of playing the game.
Exactly.
Which, you know what? If you're really good at that type of stuff, then that's a fucking sick game to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not good at that. See, I'm not good at playing games that have a bullet drop.
You are really good. I saw your gameplay for Borderlands where you were like headshot. Like,
yeah.
That was sick
because I've been playing that for so long.
I love watching you.
Is that bullet
with the
drop
gameplay.
in?
No,
I don't know what that means.
Bullet drop is so you have to like say if I'm doing a sniper shot,
you got to compensate.
Yeah.
And you're 120 meters away, I have to actually aim above your head to get a headshot. If that makes sense, or slightly above your head because your bullet drops as you shoot. Nice. So it's a more realistic physics of the game. So because that's what you'd have to do in real life. If I was to headshot you from however long meter away, I'd have to aim it higher to compensate for the velocity or the speed the bullet was traveling and how much it would drop.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So amazing. So
if I aimed at your head, I'd probably shoot your penis off. Wait, no, she doesn't have a penis. I meant Zuff's penis off. Did I explain that correctly?
Yeah, close enough.
Yeah, okay, cool.
But yeah, if you're interested in hearing any of those Skyrim stories, Zuff, you should link the guy in the bio.
Yeah, we
for
will.
the YouTube channel.
Provide me that link. And then, you know what, we'll try and get some of those little clips from Saints Row and everything on the end.
Yeah.
If we can.
For sure.
It's stupid.
And then if you're just listening to this on Spotify or iTunes, go watch it on YouTube.
Head over to YouTube.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to wrap that one up. I'm Harley.
I'm Zuff. And
that's Stitch over there. She's got a little bit of
stage fright.
Stage fright. But that wraps up this episode, and I hope you enjoy. Peace.
Peace. Thanks for listening.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, hit the like button. If you loved it, subscribe and hit the notification bell. You can also find us on Spotify and iTunes. Our socials are linked in the description below. Hit us up in the comments to tell us what you'd like to hear about. I'm Zuff from Gamified, and remember, game on, peace.